annual festival of free community-led walking conversations is taking place this weekend. It allows residents to discover unseen aspects of the city and connect with locals in the community. Here from Jane's Walk is organizing committee member Angela Plant. Thank you so much for being with us. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning.
Now, I understand when it comes to Jane's Walk, it's after someone named Jane Jacobs. Tell us more about her.
So Jane Jacobs was a famous urban activist and author. She wrote several books, and she passed away, unfortunately, in 2008 in Toronto, and the festival was named in her honor. She really crystallized a movement that said that the best way to know cities was by listening to people, and the best way to get out and know your community was by walking it. And so we celebrate her and we walk the first weekend of May, and it's actually now an international festival.
Oh, that's amazing. So incredible. How did that growth happen?
Well, I think Jane Jacobs is quite famous. She wrote a book called The Death and Life of Great American Cities. And so people love this idea of really trying to understand what our city was, what it could be.
Right.
And it's kind of like being a tourist in your own city. That's how I often explain it, because we do that when we travel other places, but often we don't know a lot about where we live. And so our festival has really wide-ranging topics, from tree identification to indigenous portage routes to history of really unique places like Britannia Village or Overbrook.
It's incredible that she was able to spark a movement. Tell us more about this year's theme.
So the theme is third places.
Okay.
It's a sociological concept, but it's pretty simple. You spend a lot of time between first and second places, your home and your work.
Right.
That's where a lot of your life is lived. But third places are sort of the other places where you gather in community. It could be like the Cheers bar, your favorite cafe, or a church.
Right.
We have a few walks that are looking at really cool third places. So the National Arts Center, with its recent renovation, has created a really accessible community space, so there'll be a walk there. There's a walk on Friday night at Hogsback Falls, looking at how green spaces form places for people to come together. And I think they're really important in this time because they're places where people connect from different walks of life and maybe are less polarizing than other parts of our society.
No, definitely. And tell us more about some of the themes or some of the walks that have taken place in years past.
Oh, so we have, like I said, we have a lot of...
So many, right?
So many walks. There's 50 walks this Friday and Saturday, and some walks are about history and some walks are about science. They're led by community leaders, so you'll find people with different expertise bringing sort of different subjects to light.
Amazing, amazing. So if you want to participate, what should folks know about preparing to go on this adventure?
Well, we run rain or shine. The only reason they're canceled is for thunderstorms. It's my favorite part of spring because it gets you outside, even if maybe the weather isn't perfect. We'll see.
Yeah.
But you should go to janeswalkottawa.ca and you can sign up for the walk in advance. And then it'll tell you where to meet, be on time, because the walk will get going. And it also gives information about accessibility and if kids are, it's a family-friendly walk, etc.
You want to speak to some of the pictures we're looking at on the
Oh
screen?
yeah,
here?
so this is a really interesting walk. It's called the Poets Pathway. This walk actually exists in Ottawa. It's a 34-kilometer walk that you can do, and it's commemorating Canada's Confederation poets. And I really like this walk because you'll have walk leaders telling and sharing some of the poetry of how people in the past saw Ottawa's landscape, and I think it's an interesting comparison from then to now.
Oh, what's this? I'm seeing some produce. It's my hungry hour.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a walk I'll be leading. It's at Beatbox Farm, which is a farm in Ottawa's Greenbelt. And so I'll be talking about what's the role of farming. There's over 100 farms in the Greenbelt, and we'll be talking about why these farms exist. We'll talk a bit about the dark history of how these farms became part of the Greenbelt, and what the future of the Greenbelt is. And this walk is family-friendly. Wear rain boots.
Awesome, awesome. This all looks so wonderful. And again, it's free. It's as easy as going to janeswalkottawa.ca and registering.
That's it.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. Thank you so much for being with us, Angela.
My
Really appreciate your
pleasure.
time this morning. And we're hoping for shine, not rain for you.
Exactly. Thank you.
Jane's Walk takes place this weekend. Free walks are taking place across the city.